that are unable to watch. I know a lot of y'all, Angela has always watched it back. Thank you, Angela, for doing that. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, for the those that have not met, let me just kind of I want Angela to introduce herself. Y'all keep hearing me talk about her, and so here is her pretty smiling face. So Angela, catch us up with, now I know, but they don't know. What do you do? Are you married? Do you have kids? Or where are you at in your life? Do you work a job? And then I'll ask you another question, but go ahead and cover that right quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I live in Elkhart and I am married. Yesterday was, or actually Saturday was our 28th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we have two children. We have a son that's 22 and he's married. He got married in January. And then we have a daughter that this week she'll be 19 and she attends Tarleton State University as a agricultural major. And I do work full time at Roan Funeral Home in Palestine.
Very
And so,
good.
yeah,
And you had been, and I keep telling them, you've been in Mary Kay before. So this isn't your first Mary Kay rodeo.
right, right. Yes,
Right.
I was in it for several years, probably 20 years maybe, and off and on, super heavy in the very beginning, and then life happens, and so here I am again.
That's what I love about Mary Kay is, we can work it at different speeds at different times in our lives. We've all had life. I had seasons where I was a caregiver for both of my parents, and sometimes you just feel like there's not enough of you at the end of the day. And so we totally all get it. And especially with kids, of course, I have to always hurry because they're all fixing to show up. For those of you that don't know, my oldest, she's 33, with my 4-year-old grandson and or 10-year-old granddaughter. They're now living with us, and so never say never because they come home. Okay, they do. Anyway, love them, but we do have a full house again, and I've loved telling all my friends it's like I'm an empty nester. And now I'm not an empty nester, but anyway. So Angela, thanks for jumping on. We're glad you're back. I've told stories about you all weekend long as I was doing my open house, because I had a lady sit down in front of me and she goes, "I'm just so aggravated that Mary Kay got rid of Downtown Brown." And I said, "Hey, one of my friends just joined Mary Kay again because we brought back Downtown Brown." And she was so excited to hear that. So needless to say, she bought a Downtown Brown. So I say Angela's our Downtown Brown girl because she was so excited to have that back. And
Yeah.
as well as a lot of our customers. And okay, then we've got Chris. And Chris is she's new too. Both of y'all came in the same month, and both of you have hit the ground running. Now, wait, before I go to you, Chris, I want to give just kudos a little bit again to Angela. Angela had been watching stuff I'd posted, and all of us here now on are working with Adopt a Grandparent program. And so Angela goes, "What is that? And what are you doing? And how does that work?" So I kind of flippantly threw it out there to her and sent her my graphic. And she goes, "Can I use this?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And so, Angela, what's happening over in the Adopt a Grandparent world with you?
Well, I've had several, questions about it, but I have actually, when it first hit, immediately I had 6 people respond. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to see how many residents are in the Elkhart, which is our local nursing home. And so there's 51. And so in my mind, when I
Wow.
started this, I thought my goal would be 50. So I just bumped it to 51 and I've put it out there. And I mean, I'm up to 15, but I still have,
Dang.
yeah, I still have another good week. My deadline is next Wednesday. And then I will actually go deliver them on December the 1st.
Very good. And I always say have a deadline. And of course, I always, when I call the nursing facilities, I'm like, "Do y'all have a scheduled Christmas party?" Because ours here do a residence Christmas party, and we try to show up that day. Now, Debbie, we're glad you're here with us because Debbie's husband dresses up as Santa Claus, and goes with her. Now, my husband pulls up in the fire and rescue Tahoe with Santa Claus, and Santa brings in the gifts. So, we've kind of built this into a big old deal. And now, I mean, you can't ever back down. It's like, well, how can you beat that? So I was curious when I knew you were doing Elkhart. And again, Angela, I want to say this is exactly what Debbie did last year. Debbie was brand new, just like you. Again, was hearing, the chirp about adopt a grandparent, jumped in, went and sold to 2 of her nursing homes there. And so I want to tell you, it's all about the excitement. And that's exactly why people are buying these adopted grandparents from you. And I'm behind the 8 ball right now. I'll be honest with you, because we've had so much going on. Now I had customers reach out to me today going, are you still doing adopted grandparent? I'm like, yes, it is launching this week, because I haven't even talked about it. I've got all of my grandparents, as far as I know, how many are in each of my facilities. I'm so excited, Jill. Thank you again that you have taken over Comanche, and Comanche built a new nursing facility. And so she has both of those, and Brenda is covering Eastland.
And
And oh yes, and are you doing DeLeon too?
Yeah, I had 3.
Praise
Comanche County.
Okay. Yay. Okay. Maybe there's hope for me, because I keep thinking, oh my gosh, and all these I've got to get done. And so praise God. Okay, so you're doing DeLeon and both Comanches. Yay. And Debbie, how many adopted grandparents facilities are you doing this year?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Go to something else and I'll count them. There's probably, yeah, let me go count.
Very good. Very good. Well, and I know and like you said, Angela, I mean, you got to keep a count and then call back, because, with a nursing home, those numbers fluctuate. And I always work with the activity director, and she always knows I'm going to call back for an update. I'm going to call, because people come and go, sadly. And so I'm excited for you. Now, Chris, are you working with Debbie on this? Or are you doing anything with Adopt a Grandparent this year?
No, I'm not. Debbie had already started that before I came in. So she's doing that.
Very good. And I don't know geographically your areas. Let me tell you, Eastland is 45 minutes from me. DeLeon, oh my gosh, it's 45 minutes from me. So when you live out here in the sticks like we do, nothing is close. Rising Star is 13 minutes from me, and Bangs is probably 45 minutes from me. So these are just kind of the little local, what I call local nursing facilities. They're not right here in my backyard, but these are the ones that we have done. And I'm tickled. Comanche is 25 minutes from me. And then again, like I said, DeLeon's 45 minutes from me. So I'm tickled to have consultants who are excited about working that with me. It's such a blessing. The lady that called me today, she goes, oh my gosh, this is my favorite thing. I look forward to from your business every year. And my customers, this is the 5th or 6th year we've done this. And so it's just establishing something. So don't feel like you cannot go outside of your town, because we don't have anything like that in May America. Okay. We got a lot of old people here, but we don't have a nursing facility. So anyway, that's exciting. Reach out, check that out. And it's not too late. Now, again, as Angela found out, the socks that go with the Mint Bliss are out of stock. But I always tell everybody, go to Dollar Tree or go to Amazon and order bulk. Okay. So the main thing is just make sure you can get them in time. And one year I did that off of Amazon, and I ordered what I thought was women's socks, and I got them in, and they were like little girl socks. They were precious, but that wasn't what I want. And we do gloves. A lot of times I'll do hand cream, and I always order gloves from Dollar Tree. By the case, they have wonderful gloves. So if you want to do something different ever, please know that that's another option as well. And I'll do white tea and citrus, or for guys, I do the unscented. So you've got lots of options. And I'll be honest with you, one year, and it may be my first year, we couldn't get it pulled off in time for Christmas. So we called it New Year Adopt a Grandparent. And so there's nothing set in stone that you have to do it at Christmas. So if you want to do something, after the new year or maybe for spring, you always have the availability to do that. So,
And
okay, let me get this.
I had somebody donate all my socks to me.
Praise God. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they told me if I needed more than 50, then just let them know and they would make sure that I had what I needed. So,
Oh my gosh, think what that saved you.
yeah,
That's awesome. That is
right.
awesome. Now Jill is doing something different. Jill is doing Jill, do you want to tell about that or did you go away? I see you, but I don't see you. Is she still there? Anyway, Jill's doing the hydrating lotion. And I'll be honest with you, that's my favorite stuff. And so she wanted, now listen, Jill is a hospital administrator, okay, or a nursing home administrator. So she understands the ins and outs more so than any of us. And I'm very tickled. So she said, I really want to do the hydrating lotion because every one of them need a body lotion. So again, nothing set in stone. This is just what we've done and just kind of a creature of habit. So congratulations. And I'm so excited that you're choosing to do this program with me. Now, Chris, again, we're going to find you something to run with as well. So let me do my screen sharing right quick where I can get some recognition out here. Okay.
Carla, I have 9 facilities,
Holy moly.
293 residents,
Facilities. How many?
293.
293. Now, y'all, when we started this, and again, I just want to say thank you, Jill, thank you, Brenda, that's helping me with this. We had, oh my gosh, 700 by the time we did all of them, and it was huge. So please, I just want to tell y'all, it's a big old feat, but wow, I just can't say enough about it. Okay, so I want to give recognition here. Now, Angela, Chris, I want to remind you about how this works. Jessie is my virtual assistant, and she grabs stuff down and she does graphics for our Rockstar page. So every time you sell $100 in retail sales during a day, find the graphic and it's got the big $100 day, and it says on the graphic, put your sales underneath here and then put the day. So like today, if you sold $300, it would say Carla Allen, 11/18, $300. Okay. So then she does a pic collage or a collage for us here where we get to recognize you every week. And so last week we had Brenda Switzer, Debbie Hull, and Jill Beatty had reported their sales. Now I know a lot of you are doing $100 days, but they're just not getting reported. So I want to see your faces. So make sure that you're doing that. That was from November the 11th through the 17th. So congratulations to them. Then, oh my gosh. Okay. Now we had a special recognition, and Jessie will be sending out packets to all of you that did this. I did something a little different for November. Okay. We still have the prize pack, but something that I did in addition was a different prize pack as well. So those are all kicking out to you. So these are the ladies that did at least $350 by or on the 15th of the month. You'll always, when you see a pre-power achiever, that helps you get half of your order in by the 15th. And then with the hope that you get the other 315 in to be a power achiever for the month. That's a $700 wholesale order, and it can build and it can accumulate. And then Mary Kay sent you the monthly prize, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But congratulations to Chris. She is a new consultant, and she's working on her next free product bundle. So Chris, I mean, the more free product you can get, the better. Frankie McIntyre, congratulations to you on earning your pre-power achiever as well. Here is exactly what all you're getting. It's all kinds of material to use for your business. along with some lookbooks in the mail. And that's what you're looking at coming. Congratulations to Angela, who did that as well. And I'm going to give her kudos too, because not only did she do pre-power, she grabbed another Great Start Ultimate bundle. And so congratulations, Angela's just racking up free product. And I tell you, these first 4 months that you were in Mary Kay, you have a lot of free product just waiting for you. So don't let that time goes by that you lose it. Congratulations to Debbie Hull, another pre-power achiever, and Brenda Switzer. Congratulations to you as well. Okay, so now we're in the back half of the month after the 16th rolled around. And so I want to say too, we're working on Star Consultant. Now, Star Consultant is a quarterly recognition that's set by Mary Kay. It started on September the 16th, and it will finish on December the 15th. Now, we're all working, and Mary Kay always trained us to do $300 weeks every week in retail sales. And if you do that, that's $1,200 for the month, spending $600 to reinvest in your inventory. So $600 ordered every month will always make you a Star Consultant. A Sapphire Star Consultant is $1,800 during the quarter. That's wholesale production. Ruby is $2,400 during the quarter. Diamond is $3,000. Emerald is $3,600, and $4,800 and above is Pearl. And so you can bump up by adding team members. You can bump up every order you do accumulates. Okay. So again, congratulations. Jill is already a Sapphire, and she's $55. Okay. $55 away from being a Ruby. So Jill, I know that's a shoe in. Brenda, congratulations. She's already a Ruby and only $133 away from being a Diamond. Okay, Debbie is a Diamond, and she's only $421 away from being an Emerald. And I'm an Emerald, with being $557.50 away from being a Pearl. And so as we're all doing our orders, y'all, this is just something Mary Kay does for us. Okay. They send us Cinderella gifts. We get to pick them actually out of a catalog. And then there's a flyer that promotes special prizes as well. Every quarter, there is a branded Mary Kay product. Okay. So this is where you are. Frankie, you're $756 away. Lydia, $797. Now look at this. Chris, here's Chris, $1184 away. Angela, $1189 away. Okay. Now, actually, this is back. You're up from that, Angela. I can tell you that. And so these were probably, I can just tell by looking, because I know you've done 1,200. So you're less than $600 away. Okay. So you'll be back up at the leaderboard on that one. So anyway, congratulations to our already stars. And guys, you've still got a month. You've got a month and almost a month to finish that out. So just keep working. Adopt a grandparent, holiday open houses, Pink Fridays. You've got lots and lots. Stop and shop, sip and shops, whatever you want to call them, trunk shows. Okay. All right. So I got to give kudos again. This was from Debbie's working weekend. Debbie, okay, you got to tell us about what did you do? What was this? And give us some scoop on it.
So it was a craft show at the school for the FFA. And I had not even planned to do it. My daughter asked if I would go sit with her while she did her very first booth. She makes things from home. And I said, well, yeah, well, maybe I'll just set up right beside you. And so it kind of turned into a thing like within a couple days. And so I went and it was my first one with Mary Kay to go and set up. So I put the skincare sets out so people could see all the different ones, and a drawing box where they could put their name and information in there. I got about 10 leads.
Good.
I've got 2 bookings. I did 2 facials today, and then I've got 2 more later this week. And then I've got another one next week. And so hopefully the rest of them will answer their text or calls. But yeah, I mean, that was all I could do was take names and numbers, but
Absolutely. And
um,
just to reiterate what Debbie's saying, Mary Kay has a big, strong policy about, yes, we can do booth events, and I highly encourage you to do booth events. The only thing is you cannot sell or exchange money over the table. You can take, like anytime in fact, I threw them in the trash over here, Jill, our leftover ones. When you do a booth event and they're a sign-up sheet and they say, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a Mary Kay consultant. I need one of those oil-free eye makeup removers. Flip it over, right on the back, needs oil-free eye makeup remover, and just tell her, I have this at home. I just can't sell over the table, but I will bring it to you tomorrow. I'll bring it to you today or whenever. So just let them know. Again, people are doing illegal stuff. I mean, Angela, again, has been in Mary Kay long enough to know that there's craft fairs and all kinds of vendor fairs everywhere, and you can see it all. But with my training and education, I tell you, don't get busted by the Mary Kay police. I mean, you realize you would lose your consultantship right there. Okay. And I definitely don't want to get any kind of notification that I lost you. So just do it right. But I want to tell you, I love both events. Like Debbie said, it's an opportunity to gather names and potential customers. The follow up is key. Don't work a booth event. Don't get names if you're not going to follow up. But that is where wow. Now, Jill and I did a booth event, a 3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
And how many people did we have sign up at that?
Like 15.
Very good. Very good. And so those are just, we've met you, we've shook your hand, we've conversed with you. And so now you're a real person. And that's why those booth events are so important. Angela, I wish I would have reached out to you about the Hot Pepper Festival. I built an enormous business in Palestine with the Dogwood Trails and Hot Pepper Festival because, oh my gosh, and all the people. Now I know right as I was leaving Palestine, the booth events were a little different. I have no idea what they're like today, but have you ever worked either of those?
I have, yes.
Yeah. It is a great opportunity to gather names, but and I want to say her backdrop here that I was showing you. Let me go back and share in case you have not seen this backdrop. This is the one that she earned from Mary Kay, and we talked about, oh my gosh, we're going to make the best backdrops. And so Debbie, congratulations on that. Jill and I had ours but yeah, our little booth thing kind of blew up, and yeah, the weather was horrible, and they brought all the people outside, inside, and we did good to have a booth. And so, okay, with the next one, let me just say, here's Jill with her booth. Jill worked an event in Comanche this weekend, and y'all, she looked adorable. Okay, Jill, tell us a little bit about what's going on here. What did you work? And give us a little bit of scoop on your vendor event.
Well, it was a 2-day event, and to the right, I had all my skincare stuff, and then in the front there was my packages that I'd set up, and I had another table over on the other side that was just men's stuff.
And so, this is your backdrop you were telling me about.
That's my backdrop. I ordered it online.
I love this. I love this. And I want to tell you, so many people in our area shared this event, and they kept walking around, and y'all, I just want to tell you, Jill 1,000 times over had the most dynamic booth. Everybody else's, everything was laying one level. And I want to tell y'all, if y'all will look here, Jill has done an A+ job. She remembered from being in Mary Kay before, it's all about layering. The eye needs to see different layers, different heights, because if it's all laid flat on a table, people just scan it and go. But if you've got different levels, the red Christmas tree over there, I got to give kudos. My uncle built that for all of us. I have one. Jill has a red one. Those are adorable. And but she did a perfect job on layering and height. Okay. And Jill, again, your booth looked so good. And I know that, like I said, from looking at the other booths, now, Debbie, I know your booths always look magnificent, but that's one thing I've learned about doing booth events is keep it simple. I went in and the next one I want to show, this is from my open house that was 3 days. And y'all know, I'll stop sharing for just a second. I chose to do 2 events in one. We were kicking off our little Airbnb, so it meant move my entire office over 15 miles away and revamp our little main house to get 5 sets of huge shelving in there, so I could get it all up on the shelves. So I feel like I have done 2 moves this week. We moved it all over there, and today we moved it all back. It took cargo trailers and dollies to get all of my shelving in there. But I want to tell you, I felt like we had some beautiful, and I just give Brenda and Barbara such kudos because they were my little wrapping angels. But I felt like some stuff, it just wasn't selling, and it was beautifully wrapped, and it was very good price point. And I laid in bed and I wasn't sleeping. I thought, why is this not selling? But one thing I came to the conclusion, I had too much stuff on my shelves. Okay. And if you have too much, people are afraid to touch. And so be really careful about overloading. If you've got, they say put 3 out of everything. Okay. Don't put 33 out. And some stuff I had 8 and 10 of. And so I went back in, went early and revamped it and put 2 other tables up and spread it more out. Sunday was huge for me. I have no idea what my totals are. I'll be honest with you. And but one thing I want to tell you, I think that was the key, was revamping, making it look more sparse, where if you have 3 they want to grab it. If you have 33 they're like, oh, I'll come back to that, she's got plenty. And so again, I knew better than to do that. So those are just some tips I wanted to pass on to you. But my open house, I feel like, was very successful. Friday, I have not done a Friday. When I was in Palestine, I always did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But here, nobody comes out here in the country to our house on Friday, and because everybody may goes to work, drive somewhere to work. So this year I did Friday and nobody really knew what to do. And I was over in my hometown, and I feel like, and it was totally 100% my fault. I should have spent more time in calling the people, the businesses that are open in Rising Star, to get them to come. I made soup. Luckily, I had a great pot of soup. I did have some attendance, but it wasn't near what I expected. So again, that was just kind of my story. Let me go back to screen share here just a second, and we'll just keep going. Okay, so next, okay, how many of you got to watch the Girls with Goals on Saturday? I think the topics were awesome. If you have not seen it, it is stored and saved on YouTube. I think, Chris, I got you added. Angela, I got you added. Did everybody get to watch it, or have you not watched it and just Pinky promised me you will go back and watch it? I trained on 12 Days of Christmas. That was my husband said, you got to teach that. I love selling 12 Days of Christmas to guys or moms for teenagers. I mean, those two spend an enormous amount of money. So who watched it, and do you have any takeaway from it? Anybody get to watch it? Jill, I know you were working a booth. Okay. Please just promise me, go back in and watch it. Man, there was some really, really great stuff. And if you have any problem, like I said, the link is saved over on the Girls with Goals page. Everybody has gained access to that, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Now, mark your calendar. The last one is December the 14th. Okay, December the 14th. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm teaching on. I'm teaching on year-end systems. Okay. And that is so funny because that is so not me, but I'm the one that spoke up because I think there's a lot of things that we need to do to get our businesses ready to launch into the new year. Okay. We've got a lot of really fun topics. So you definitely want to mark your calendar. It will be 9 o'clock on the 14th. You definitely don't want to miss it. Okay. So with that, and I'll tell you too, we're looking at putting together a January jump start. So we don't have any dates. I'm going to tell you, some of us, some of the directors that we're working together in this group, they already have their nationals come in and do something. We do not, but we're all excited about collaborating together for y'all. So be watching. I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Now, this Wednesday night, here you go. Janice will be teaching a live skincare party. Okay. Now, I always give kudos to Debbie. Debbie was brand new. She had all these people at her house, and Janice, National Sales Director Janice True, ends up featuring Debbie and all of her people sitting at the table who was streaming them in live. Now, what this would look like is I would say, grab a couple of 3 girlfriends, set them down at your dining room table, have some samples, put your phone, put your tablet in the middle of the table and say, Janice Trude's going to teach this class. Okay. You don't have to do anything. Maybe get the wash rags to them. Okay. She does it all. She closes the class. She even gives us her closing her sheet. So now you've got everything there. So this is Wednesday, the 20th. Okay. At 8 p.m. skincare party. Okay. So you always have one of these every month. So grab some girls. When in doubt, ask Debbie how to do this. Debbie, like I said, she grabbed girls, set them down at her table, and she was walking around, and Janice was teaching the class. And I could not have been more proud. I would not dare tell her during the party they were featuring her. And later I said, did you know that Janice Trade featured your party? And she goes, no. I'm so glad I didn't know. So anyway, and then on Thursday night, the sharing event is going to be National Sales Director Brittany Jinks. Okay. She will be sharing her Mary Kay story about what Mary Kay has done for her family, what almost kept her from doing Mary Kay. But these Thursday night events are to help you build your team. So again, they're always at 8 o'clock. It's still the same link as Wednesday night. So grab a Zoom event, sit down and watch it. Okay. Now, Brighten Up Challenge. Y'all know this is Mary Kay's thing. Okay. November 1st to December 31st. The goal is to put Mary Kay on 61 new faces. Okay. That would be 30 a month plus one. Y'all know we have a lot of people coming in for the holidays. Set them down. You know, the guys are going to be watching football games. Get all the women together and do a Mary Kay makeover and just say, I need to practice. My goal is 61 faces before the end of the year. Okay. But this is again, the challenge that Mary Kay's doing. The top 61 Salesforce members are going to go into a drawing for the Gucci sunshades that Mary Kay will be giving away. Okay. All right. Now, how many of you have placed your orders to grab some or any of the new products that launched to you? Everybody can order on the 15th. Is anybody ordered? Anybody? You know, I want to tell you. So what are you seeing? Okay. Let me stop sharing just a second. What are your customers seem to be the most excited about? What are you seeing, Angela?
Well, mine is the wrinkle filler.
Absolutely.
But, you know, my story behind my order, I placed it on Friday. Do you know it delivered on Saturday? But my daughter, anyway, the UPS guy put it right in front of our gate and it was destroyed. So.
Did you call Mary Kay about that?
I did call them today, and they are going to replace the products that were destroyed. Yeah, and they're also going to send me boxes because a lot of the product was fine, but the boxes were terrible. So they're going to replace those.
And I want to tell y'all, if y'all get products in that the boxes are just destroyed, y'all know Mary Kay says, do not let a customer see a banged up, smashed box. And I want to tell you, again, most of this, if you've ever been to the new R3 manufacturing center, it is all computer generated. I mean, they are dropped in boxes as they're going down. So it's not a matter of that somebody's doing it. Usually it's just how they're going in the box. But my last order kind of was like yours, Angela. It looked like somebody had run over my box. And I always say, call Mary Kay. They will kick you out some boxes. If your product got destroyed, they will kick you out product. Okay. They will be dealing with FedEx. You don't have to deal with them. Okay.
Yeah, they
And
were so
so,
nice. They even offered to replace the whole box. And I was like, no, I mean, there's quite a bit that's still salvageable. So
right, right. And so just please always remember that. You know, I know Debbie's definitely had to use that before. Oh my gosh, we all have, y'all. We all have. So the dynamic wrinkle limiter, hands down, is the most exciting. You know, at my open house, I kept letting everybody put it on, even though they were putting it on. I wanted them to see how to do it, when to do it, why to do it. And even at my open house, it was just crazy how many more of those I sold. It's such a simple product to use. Y'all know, let me say this again. If you're watching the training videos on this, you know Mary Kay is saying do not use the word Botox. Okay, even though that's what it's taking the place of. Just use the words. I mean, the videos are going to tell you about how to say it, what to say, etc. But the main thing is that it's non-injectable. Okay, who doesn't know what we're talking about? Okay, you can use that freely, but when you start using the Botox, which is a branded product, I mean, then you get into trouble. So the main thing is just say, listen, and again, I've never done any Botox. Not that I'm going to knock anybody about it, but I haven't. But I want to tell you, I have a lot of friends that have, and it's crazy to watch their mouth because it's like they can't even smile anymore. And y'all know that's exactly what this product is about, is that it does not limit facial expressions. And that's what now all these women that have been using this are suffering from. So hello, Mary Kay swept in at the right time with a fabulous product. So let me tell you what, don't be afraid. You know, I did a $49 special. Okay. 49, it's $58. I gave $49 to get them in it. Follow up, check on them, and then they will come back and buy $58. But you know, I love introductory offers. My goal is to see how many people I can get going on, and then we're all just kind of like buddies, you know, sisterhood as far as using a new product. I like to do what I call focus groups. And I'll say, hey, can I stick you in a focus group where we're all using this? I get them to go download the Skin Analyzer app. I want them to see the results on themselves. Okay. If they will do the Skin Analyzer app as they take it home, I said, Pinky promised me that you will. Okay. And then I follow up and say, hey, just want to make sure you got the Skin Analyzer app downloaded. Send me your before picture. Okay. And I'm just building a folder of all these people that have bought this because I want to tag them and say, okay, it's been 2 weeks, run another Skin Analyzer app. And so the proof is in the picture. Okay. You don't have to sell them anything. The proof is in the picture. And so does anybody else have a favorite from the new products that just launched? Are we all the dynamic wrinkle women?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And is everybody using it? Make sure you get one. Okay. Make sure, you know, I always say you can't sell what you don't use. Okay. And you need to be your number one customer on that product. I want to tell you, people were loving the new metallic liners. I really didn't know about that, but I want to tell you, if you've not seen them, that amethyst, you'll remember if you've been to Mary Kay for any period of time, we used to have a plum. And so now that's such a beautiful color. The green is more vivid. Copper is my least favorite, but it seems like copper is the one everybody's loving. So I want to tell you, on the lip liners, that new tangerine, you can see it from a satellite dish. Okay, it is bright. I think it's a spring and summer color for me. I don't get it right here in the dead of winter, but Anyway, and I sold several of the new citrus lilac satin hand sets too. So I think hands down, I had the new If You Believe out. I did not sell any of that at my open house. I'll be honest with you, but I sold everything else there. Sold everything else. So if you haven't tried it, please do so. Okay, so what else am I missing here? Okay, let me go back and scroll. Well, it's just a graphic. Pink weekend or Pink Friday. Is anybody got some thoughts? Or is anybody doing a Pink Friday? I want to encourage you. Do something. Now, I'll tell you, Chris has been working on something behind the scenes. Chris, you want to share a little bit about what y'all are doing? You and Debbie kind of partnered up, and do y'all have something going on that you're doing for Pink Friday?
Well, we're basically trying to do the same thing since we're in the same town. We don't want to compete. So
Right.
we're doing and Debbie might have to help refresh my memory here, but one day we're doing a sale on the skincare sets. And then one day we're going to do a sale on the makeup sets. And we're going to do free mascara on one day if they and also that's going to be on the stocking stuffer day. If they order over a certain amount, they'll get a free mascara.
I love
And
it.
so that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then for Cyber Monday, what am I missing, Debbie?
Cyber Monday was 20% off makeup. And then Small Business Sunday is $100 order, get a free mascara. And then Pink Friday is 20% off skincare set. And then we're still talking about something on Saturday, maybe the stocking stuffer Sunday. I mean,
That
stocking
was
stuffer Saturday.
That's good. I love it. Just shake it up. I mean, you can do one day, you can do all days. A lot of my director friends do Pink Wednesday, and they do it before. Now, I'll be honest with you. But I want to tell you, that's when that's like their big day. I've never done that, but I know a lot of people do, and it's whatever you get your customers used to. Again, Cyber Monday is always good to go back and feed your websites. And one thing I would encourage you, Angela and Chris, being new, is do some kind of, do a special, do a drawing for everybody that registers on your website, because y'all know how this works. When they register and they get in there and they start seeing stuff, they could hear you all day long say, oh, we have. But when they get to sit down a hot minute and go through your website, they're like, holy moly, I didn't know Mary Kay had, but you just got to get them there. Okay.
That's what I'm doing this Friday.
Awesome. I was ready to say, now tell us about what you're doing on Friday.
I'm doing the Pink Friday this Friday with a boutique that's in our town, and they offered to, I'm not a social media, like get on lives and all that, and they offered to do a live for me, and their sale goes from 10 to 8 that day, so I can stay as long as I want, but I'm going to set up a little table, and I'm going to, for every person that registers on my website, then I'm going to have a drawing for a free makeup remover.
Awesome.
That's one thing I'm going to do. And then everything is going to be 20% off that Friday.
The main thing that I want to see you both do is get your name out there. Debbie and Jill, they've been around at least a year. People know that they're there. They know they keep inventory, and that's what you two are establishing. And I hate to say this, do you know, in my almost 40 years, how many Mary Kay consultants have come and gone, and they just need to know you're here for the long haul and that you have inventory, because they're scared to death to buy something. And then it's like, I can't ever get it again. I'm excited that both of you, with doing your orders, now you're eligible for CDS orders. So when you have somebody say, "Hey, I need a beige 2 cream to powder foundation," bam, you can order one, and that is what I love about keeping consultants active in Mary Kay, is that way you can use that if you need to get it to them right quick and you're not fixing to place an order. So congratulations, Angela. I'm excited. When she told me what was going on with the little boutique and wanted to get my thought on it, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I think with them partnering with you, you'll get a lot of exposures, and with them doing lives, they will say over and over. You think about how many people they have that follow them.
She has
You're
8,400 followers.
hello. I mean, oh my goodness, and one thing I would tell you to tell them, y'all know what I'm going to say, is tell them to say, if you don't have a Mary Kay girl, check out or get with our Angela. Angela, make sure they tell that you have an inventory, you're building an inventory, you have an inventory on side, and you will be tickled to help them with any of their Mary Kay needs. Again, if you don't already have a Mary Kay girl, that is just so important, because we don't ever want to be in a position to take somebody away from somebody, because we work really hard to get our customers, and I've lost more than probably I have to things like that. But oh gosh, Angela, I see, I just see stars going off at what could happen with you. And again, I've told her, we just don't have anybody working big time in Palestine. We have a lot of people that do hobby, and that's okay. But there's a lot of people there that use Mary Kay at one point. I know, trust me, they were all my customers. So anyway, Pink Weekend is huge. Okay. Again, if you don't have a plan, Jill, are you doing something for Pink Weekend?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure quite yet. Probably 20% off.
20% off. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. And I've decided this because sadly, I did not get together my Build-A-Bags, that I told y'all, and I trained on that, that the bags come from Court of Achievers, and you get 4 bags for $19, y'all. And they're the big bags. I don't even have one in here, but I love them, and everybody loved them. And I showed the bag, and I told them, I said, watch Pink Friday. Okay. Watch Pink Friday. I'm going to be, you're going to learn more about this. And so what I'm thinking, because there's 4 days here, is I think that every day I will feature a different Build-A-Bag. Remember, there's 4. Okay. There's the Flawless Face. There's the Glam and Go. There's the Best Sellers. And then there's the, what's the other one? I've gone blank, but there's 4 different collections that when they buy, and all of them are like $89. And when they buy the $89, they get the bag free. So I may do a discount and then give them the bag free on that for the day, and just keep it simple. Because y'all know I just did my big open house, but I want to tell y'all, for those of you that don't know, today when I told Bo yesterday on Sunday, I was going to stand on the porch of the little house going, come by and get this, Mary Kay, it's free, just so I didn't have to pack it up. Okay. And y'all know I'm joking. But so this morning I thought, I'm having a crazy sale today, just crazy sale. So I literally walked through the house showing the product with my phone. And here's my crazy list that I have going on. Well, it's over here somewhere. And I had everything written down, and I had some pretty crazy prices. Y'all, here's all of my orders from today. $800. $800 that I did just today from crazy sales. Okay. Just because I didn't want to pack it. I ended up having to pack it because it took them forever to order. But when they started ordering, it's crazy what they ordered. So don't be afraid. You can do one crazy day. Don't give away the store. But anyway, these were just things that were wrapped that I don't want to unwrap. Okay, if you know what I mean. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do, because I'd ordered so many of those products to do the Build-A-Bag. I mean, we didn't really focus on that. So I'm like, guess what? I have the products, I have the bags. So that's what I'm thinking. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, I'll be glad to share the graphics with you again. I can put it back up there. Or you could go back through the Rockstar page. It's on there. But it's 4 segments. And the bags, again, come from Court of Achievers. I want to get you involved with Court of Achievers because they are a fabulous business. They have, I mean, such professional I mean, that's where all of our stickers, our cards, all of our stuff comes from. That when you were watching my sale, if it was some kind of package wrap, it came from Court of Achievers. I used to make them and print them. Y'all, when I have to replace my big color printer cartridges, it's $600. I'd rather just let Court of Achievers do it. So, any question about them? Does anybody else have anything they want to share about some ideas for Pink Friday? Are we good? Debbie, you have anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Sounds good. I want to tell you, I think I cannot wait to hear what your sales are. Okay. And again, please remember, you can always use the scheduler on Facebook. I love that. Y'all know I use that. You can schedule stuff to come out while you are somewhere as far away from your computer as it can be. Just takes a little bit of time. Write it down, schedule it for that day and that time, and just let it generate sales for you. Make sure you're doing a lot of PR to let your customers know that you're going to be offering that. Also, too, let me give one more plug about your websites. If you want to do something special on Cyber Monday, let's just say you're going to do a sliding scale and, you know, from 12 to 6, you're going to give 30% off. Again, you can go in to your personal website and you can change the percentages for whatever hour you want them to change. Now, when it comes to your My Customers and you open up the little order, it's going to tell you you offered a 30% discount or a 20% discount during this time frame. Let your customers know that the prices are not going to reflect it, but you're going to adjust it on your end. So if customers are like, well, I don't see it being on sale, that's because you're adjusting it on your side. Remember, those Mary Kay orders don't go anywhere until you process them. And I know Chris and I mean, right off the bat, we were processing orders for her. And then we turned around and did the same thing with Angela. So once you get used to doing these orders, you know where to go to My Customers to find them. And then you process them down. They don't go anywhere until you do that. But that's always a fun thing to do on Cyber Monday. So we'll be talking again before then. But all right. So does everybody have a great week planned? I mean, I know I do. It's going to be fast and furious. We've got adopted grandparents. We're putting together Pink Fridays. Lots of fun things. We're still working on finishing out and having a fabulous November. Again, Angela, Chris, you're both winning free products from Mary Kay. Debbie, Jill, we're all working on Star Consultant, bumping ourselves up. And Chris and Angela are working on finishing Star Consultant. So you've got plenty of time to do that. But anyway, I'm excited. Let's all go work on adopted grandparents too. Oh my gosh, I've got to get out the door and get that going. So congratulations to all of you. You had a fabulous week. Keep working. If you need anything from me, just text me, call me, something. I'm somewhere. I'm not in a box anymore. And I'm not in a cargo van. That's good. But thank you for your grace today. As far as I look like, my shirt says grateful and thankful. And that's very true. I'm very grateful and thankful that I have a business, that I get to work crazy when I do. And if I need to take some time off, I can. So anybody have anything in closing they want to share? Angela?
I'm
Chris?
good.
You good? Thank y'all so much. I loved having a full house. So now everybody gets to watch us back tonight. I talked to Brenda this morning. I know she's been working on Adopt a Grandparent. They're wrapping their gifts today. And so I hope she didn't get in a solo bag somewhere that her sister wrapped her. So we'll see y'all Wednesday night at the skincare party. So grab some faces and get them to sit down, give them some samples, and let Janice do a bang up job for you on Wednesday night. Okay. Have a great week.